And that was the start of this Miami run, or the Miami improvements. They get this victory, right, coming off of Major 2, and we're like, okay, this team may be the real deal. They get some other significant wins outside of that, but that was the first one that really got us thinking, hey, this team might be the real deal. Now, I don't know what I'm thinking after Thieves utterly dismantled them, but they're looking to bounce back. FaZe looking to make yet another championship Sunday. We started on Vault, and Joe, what are your thoughts on this opening map?
I mean, I think a strong map for both teams. I think for FaZe, it's one of those ones that's always been in their arsenal. For Miami, you look at the stage 1 and 2, but again, one of those losses, a close one to this FaZe team, but a great start there. Celium, Abizi, they find all 4. And it's just a question of maybe a long losers run isn't a bad thing for this FaZe team. Getting them to play a little bit more, getting them out of this slump that they saw in stage 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3 in a qualifier. Not probably playing to battle Surge. The 4th time really in the CDL, right, that they've lost a loser or winners round 1. Definitely some unfamiliar territory, but yeah, maybe a little smack in the face, and now maybe a run to start building things for this team again, because it felt like, I don't know, they needed a reminder at the beginning of the year, right? Came out really slow. They obviously had to work on some stuff, but they've won 4 straight.
No, I mean, I was going to say, like, that little slump, I wasn't worried at all. It just feels like their mental is in such a better spot than what it's been in the past.
Yeah, it feels that way, but Heretics are trying to bounce back with their mental game as well, but here battling around the point, battling for the time. It's Real, it's able to get 2, start to secure some of this time. Feel good if you're Heretics, because FaZe, they get a really nice P1. They're looking to turn this into maybe a significant lead early. But Heretics stopping that happening from now on the back of Real, as he's got 3 straight playing from the point. Draws though, trying to chow. Real still keeps it going. 4 in a row for him. Now up to a 1-on-1 versus Abizi. Abizi will take him out. And he's still a good amount of time here. Still 20 seconds you can pick up. Key rotations upcoming though.
Yeah, I was gonna say huge, honestly, first half of that hill for Miami Heretics, holding that from the front, but you see the spawns come in, and they're just gonna leave it. They're gonna go ammo side, play the top side of the minimap, try to get to Art before that number 7 and then Simp does, and Simp's not even gonna go for it. He's gonna try to go through Vault, but he's gonna get taken down. So Miami, they already know, they're playing that rotation heavy, then a focus, so they have spawns for P4.
I think they're trying to do similar, maybe what we saw Surge kind of do, right? Like, be okay playing from this side, just keep Heretics out of the point, turn it into whatever time you can. When you find that key kill with 5 or so seconds remaining in the hardpoint, it's all about timing on the flip. And that's the thought I got when you didn't see Sim push through. Maybe it's just because he had a sub in his hand, but the fact that he kind of plays for the P3 versus the push through, maybe attacking this a little bit differently.
Well, I'm just thinking, he's like, they're already there. Like, there's no point in me. I have a sub. They're already there. Yeah. He just doesn't know they're not. Could have been a foot race, but Real, who, well, he's been a little hot and cold throughout this weekend.
True.
A great start here at 11 and 5.
No, he really has been. Any more hot than cold in this particular matchup, going against the best sub duo ever. They need the best Real that they're able to get. Now these are the big kills. One's going to be a team kill for Simp, but maybe a chance to now push forward. You have 2 coming off the spawn, really for either side. And I think due to the team kill, you don't really have massive numbers to go, but now that's a huge one. Abizi able to get a pick. Now you try to flood on forward and influence the spawns. You do get a safe spawn in the back of P4, so you're still in a decent position if you are Heretics, but you're getting picked apart.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe, they're going to have to go right soon. I mean, you already have 20 seconds off the clock. Metals pulls out the AR. That's going to be all 4 dead. You deal with the first push. You had some pressure towards Art side if you were FaZe. That's just not where the hill is, so it doesn't matter. It takes so long to work through the back. And then Metals with the heads-up play off spawn. I'm going to pull out a 4th AR. I'm going to lock down this sight line. Allows his team to get all this time.
Yeah, it's a little bit cleaner. They have numbers. They can push forward, but never really had that opportunity. And again, when it's a similar situation, they get 2 or 3 dead, you think it's their moment, then lining up the feed is Heretics, and they're starting to push this lead, approaching the 100-point mark. Great first set of rotations.
And I think that is the moment where, towards the P4, when you get in the hill, when you get Simp and Abizi there, where that's where they become like the multi-kill demons, just annoying to play against, keeping the game messy. They didn't allow that to happen.
No, they absolutely did not. They're trying to take that momentum right into your second set here at the P1. Draws a lying in wait, and he's just going to get buried. Nice win there from Metals. Over to Super's POV. He was trying to get shots at the players coming off the spawn for the FaZe side.
I mean, you had 32 points if you were FaZe off the first P1.
Yeah,
Since then, 28. It has been all Miami.
And this is the bounce back you want to see from Miami. After getting smoked by LA Thieves, come out hot in this one, and while Real is coming to play, got bottled up in that one. Well, hell, they all did. here performing a whole hell of a lot better. Now pressure to FaZe really to get something going after that early lead. Yeah, really just the P1. Can they do something here at P2? But they're still battling from the opposite side. They have found no opening. A little bit of comfort, I think, in the early setup for Heretics as they're backing up and dialing it in for the P2. As Metals gets to 3 straight. Another rotation you're ahead for Heretics.
Yeah, and I mean, Metal is online. He destroyed FaZe. He was plus 28 in that series. He was pure takeover mode. Draws it, trying to do what he can, but you're really just getting a human series or a human map from everybody else outside of Draws. Trying to put the pressure through the front is Abizi. There we go. It doesn't find the kill, but it will be a 4 dead. Number 8 in Cell should block the spawns. You already have Draza out towards the front, so a very deep art spawn here for Miami, but it doesn't matter because you find the first pick. That should turn to instant pressure through the front.
And just very different stories coming into this. Okay, well, that's just going to be a clean sweep. The gun's so hot for Heretics, but it is a different combo. Like, you know, you played earlier today. You got smoked if you're Heretics, right? Like, you got a series in, you're trying to bounce back from that. If you're FaZe, you've been waiting all day. They've been susceptible for some slow starts. I mean, think about how many times during this qualifier they have to win games 2, 3, and 4. They did it 3 times. All 3 of their matches, basically, where they're able to get wins through that.
Yeah, Hardpoint has not been great. Been right around 50-50 throughout the stage. We are on, slow starts, but either way, slow start. You had 4 dead. You know exactly where they all are.
No, sure. So you
they
can't
push
put
it to the
that.
front. I mean, you just get done to buy the Heretics. As again, you look at the mini map. They're controlling those P3 and P4 spawns, getting on the hill, and while they're about to hit 150 points.
Super 5 straight and fighting. Finds a Jackal to work with as he tries to finesse, able to get the reload in the AR as well, and looking to continue the fight. He's going to wrap it back out through mid. Get nice timing here on to Draws, and maybe gonna take more down. Streak up to 7. No Hellstorm going to be earned though. His Simp will drop him.
20 seconds. FaZe gotta go soon.
Number 7 going to be the first one. Maybe take a route. That'll be Simp that's going to try to get through. That's not going to happen. Metals is going to shut him down. Super to get one as well, and still no opening. Early over on the rotation, and holding is still going to be Heretics. Early P4 setup, and they are just outplaying FaZe.
Yeah, just out-rotating them, playing around these positions, playing their life. Again, on this P4 now, you have this setup. All the ARs are out. We'll see if FaZe can get into that situation where they can put some pressure on, but it's going to be 3 dead. Miami are locked in. Let's hear the comms from the Heretics.
Tengo yo el front, mira, meto el sider, que no meto el sider, metal. ¿Me he escuchado? Anillo izquierda, 100%, bro. Hay uno, sigue conmigo. Sí, yo no lo vi. Pushar el control, ¿vale? Vale, escúchame, chila ahora, ¿vale? Vamos a esto, vamos a banguear, chavales. Vamos a izquierda, sí, te he escuchado. ¿El izquierda, chavales? Vale.
Absoluto punto sim. Está en pilares side.
No vino para nada.
No, está en dobles close.
Estoy ahora por ahí, ¿vale?
Y yo estoy pinchado por...
Derecha no veo. Moni, derecha, Chema. Dramático, Chema.
Vale, punto, dramático.
Muy tu derecha. No tira bala.
Es el último.
Te escucha, muerto.
Vale.
No va para acá, 100% K, 100%. Nice, voy a la derecha. Vale, escúchame, van a bancar a la izquierda, a la derecha. Te he escuchado. Tengo el front,
Ya me he matado.
The passion is flowing from Miami, and they have got a massive lead. Up 110, third P2 is up. It just feels like any 10 to 15 second, any little chunk time you can get from Heretics, you can put this away.
Yeah, I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but I know what muerto means. Those guys were putting FaZe in the dirt. Everyone taking turns, everyone popping off. You see the scoreboard, everybody about 20 kills. You love to see it for Heretics here in this map 1.
And now, I mean, you've got to get all this time you're FaZe inside the P2, and you have to finally win a P3, P4 rotation, but hard to do when everybody is dead. They are just getting gunned to sleep. Everybody negative on the side of FaZe, everybody roaring on the side of Heretics. This is what you want to see. I was hoping to see the actual Heretics team, not what showed up earlier today.
Well, or this is just how good Thieves is. Maybe right now, but we'll talk
True,
about that tomorrow. But right now, locked in on these guys as well. Yeah, they're just going to be a couple of seconds away here at this P3 from securing a map 1. We'll just forget about that one. Could we? Yeah, just cut that one.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll cut it out. It's a great map win.
It doesn't even matter. We've all been there.
Nah, he was shooting crooked. That happens. Do the best of us.
A lot more for you.
Very, very true, Joe. But just another tick or two, and this map 1 is done. Heretics come out firing on all cylinders. They're fired up. The comms was muerto over and over again. A dominant one.
Yeah, last time these two teams met on Vault, it was FaZe who comes out on top, and now pressure on the FaZe. I know their search has been their bailout, but we're going to a dealership, right? In the conversation before that Thieves match was how good Heretics have been.
They're 4-0, yeah.
They were 4-0. Hopefully FaZe watched that VOD, you know, what they were doing, but yeah. I mean, you were in a position now, you had to feel so good if you were Heretics.
Absolutely.
Going to this dealership.
Absolutely. Even though you just lost 6-0 in the last one. You have looked good on it leading up to that point. Thieves just maybe firing at a totally different capacity, but we take a peek through the stats. I mean, Draw is really the one shooting back.
Minus 25 for FaZe.
Woo. Yeah, no, they were getting slammed.
And it's not even really like this. Obviously, the slaying is massive, but like they hardly contested rotations, right? If you are the FaZe side, they never put themselves in a position for the P3 and P4.
They're behind every step of the way.
Yeah, and when you're not getting the multi-kills to kind of, I don't know, make the game messy, this is just what happens.
Yeah, maybe like an old FaZe team that was so break heavy, maybe that map plays out, they somehow are able to keep it close, but not this current one. They rely on heavy rotations. That's when they're at their best, and they weren't ahead at all. I mean, they started out, what, 26-0? They have a solid P1 after that. Once that lead happens in the P3, Heretics never look back, brushing off the dismantling that happened versus Thieves, looking.
You got 23 points from P3 to the next P4.
Yeah, no, it was ugly. It was ugly. I guess, yeah, like I said, like, the only reason, like, maybe you don't panic in your face is because, dude, that was their whole qualifier. It was like, lose map 1, win 2, 3, and 4. And in some of those, they were like winning this, they won 6-0. What was it back-to-back? They had like a 6-0 and a 3-0. They were bouncing back in a big way in 2 and 3. But as you said, it's dealership.
Yeah, this was probably the closest moment that you had to break the first P4. But Metals pulled out the AR, then you win some big gunfights. And this is about it. This is where you flatline. You get to the 80 points, and you're going to be at 80 for a long time.
Sure are.
As everyone got going for Heretics. Everybody on point. Comms were on point. Fired up. The crowd's behind him. These guys want to make the Sunday.
Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, this has been the case. Yeah, I said notoriously a big FaZe to win many events. This is the one where I didn't feel good about them coming in. They haven't looked good. And Miami already showed they have the capability to beat them. That's where my question mark sort of started for FaZe during the qualifier. They looked so flat in that series, not look good at all. And Heretics really started to hit a new form. But man, can Heretics keep it going? Crazy momentum out of that map 1. And well, I mean, just don't do anything you did in the last dealership. Because things were not working there.
That was not working.
It was a 3-minute 6-0.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just a hard counter by Thieves or what. Could have been, right? You kind of heard in the post-game interview, like, we just knew we had a ton of odds to go over. Yeah. And that is the one weakness.
Yeah, like Amos was talking about it. It's like, dude, I expected to get beat now. Like, they're 4-0. Like, I expect to be 6-0, but it's a lot of odd to watch for. You don't have much on the other side. And a team like that that's going to prep a lot, you think you'd find some advantages, and maybe FaZe should be able to do the same thing as we get ready for the dealership. As teams kind of chat through stuff, looking forward to the search and destroy. And yeah, what, 4-0 in the qualifier, but then just, wow, it was not pretty just a couple hours ago. And I'm sure when they were talking with Lucky, talking with that staff, talking to each other about how they're going to fix things. And on the other end of this, yeah, I mean, you're feeling the pressure in a way, I guess. I mean, I don't know how it is for the FaZe boys at this point. I imagine you don't feel too much pressure more often than not. You've just seen it all, done it all. You've had all your second places, all your wins.
Well, I think
but
when
it's
you're
not often
trying
they'll get to a
slump,
Sunday.
Yeah, when you're kind of in a slump, it just It's tough mentally.
Well, I mean,
Going down 0-1.
Champs last year was like the 3rd time they placed out of the top 4. Maybe happening again here. I mean, you're already feeling good the fact that you got 2 wins this year, but still, you want to make it to a Sunday and keep on fighting. Their consistency has been their biggest strength.
Well, the good thing is I lied. Dealership's map 5. So we're doing a protocol.
Okay, well, that changes things.
That changes things. That's my fault. Well, we got protocol.
Yeah, duh, that makes sense because map 1's obviously the Heretics pick. So yeah, that makes
It's on me. I got ahead of myself. Maybe I'm just saying we're going to finally see a Game 5 this weekend.
That's true. You were just trying to speak it into existence. Just get a little ahead of yourself. But okay, might have a pause. Heard my producer for a second. Something going on.
Yeah, you can see it in the
stage.
Jam Metal. So yeah, just
what was going
maybe
on?
some audio or something.
PC, audio, controller.
We're
Talking to the admins, and we'll get that dialed in as quickly as we can. Maybe more time for the FaZe boys to chat through how they're going to look to improve on this as we get to the protocol. Yeah, no, honestly, when you said that, I thought to myself, I was like, wait, no, FaZe picked that map 1? I was like, that doesn't sound right.
It wasn't right.
No, it wasn't right.
It wasn't right. But I mean, I guess when you talk about protocol search, yeah, one of the go-tos for FaZe.
Yeah,
search and
yeah,
destroy.
100%. That makes way more sense now within this best of 5. I was like, that's an incredible opening 2 maps for Heretics.
I could also just see like Crowder just picking
Oh,
dealership.
yeah, right? Like, oh, screw it, dude.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Just pick dealership.
These guys have been idiots today, so I'm going to make them play this map.
But a look at how our bracket is gone. Heretics lose earlier today. Honestly, if you haven't been watching every second of the broadcast, you might have missed it, because that series is about 40 minutes long versus Thieves. FaZe have been waiting to play today. So far, 3-0, 3-0 to get here. 3-0 stop, though, as Heretics take the map 1. I'm trying to maybe replicate what we saw from Ultra last losers bracket run, if you think about the last major, just 3-0ing everybody on their way to a top 4.
Yeah, and I think the big story of the tournament, though, is just how far ahead both Thieves and Surge have looked. But we'll have that winners final tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We're casting that, right?
Yeah.
That should be a good one, but okay. The First Blood King is already first blooded as a BZ ripped out of that quickly by Metals. Now a 3v4 offensive attempt for FaZe, and we'll see how they opt to play this.
I mean, you are already rotated if you're Miami, right? You shut down top middle, and it's just sort of, I bet they go A, and you are correct if you bet that. Simpto, he is here. Didn't see a lot of that in map number 1, but Super follows it up with 2 of his own.
Okay, now 1v2 for draws. Already got the first. Him versus Super, had the position given up. Heady versus Heady. High ground, though, to draws.
Yeah, but you just see this position. Does anyone have a nade? Doesn't look like it on Draws' side, so just locking him in. When are you going to overpeak? A little pop-up, some damage in, but great headshots out of Super.
Yeah, I think they both get similar damage done. Reposition from Draws. An extended 1v1. Draws is impatient. He's like, I'm going to go. I'm taking this fight. Let's go, rookie. And the rookie takes it. Super wins the extended 1 versus 1, and Heretics on the board.
What did I tell you one of the first times we watched Super play? I was like, this guy just looks so annoying to play against. It's like a Spanish cell.
Yeah.
Every single gunfight looks tough. He has great movement. He stays very patient. And I think that was another example of it. In the 1v1, Draws lives for those, but Super 3 in the round puts his team up 1-0.
I was wondering, is someone going to run out of ammo? Like, what's this going to come down to? But a crazy opening round. I thought Sim's double might be enough, but Super answers with 2, closes it out with the 1 versus 1, gets 3 in the round, and we'll stick with his POV to start. Him versus Cell will probably be a fun gunfight.
Ray Rao's already here.
Surprise!
I mean, this is just wide open. Nobody picks up Sidewalk or even realizes that it's open. But you're going to get another first blood. Real, he is out.
Able to get away. 4v3 advantage again. And then it's gone. It's Simps with another double that makes things interesting. I thought Simps double was going to be the difference maker the previous round. This time it is.
Yeah, we saw this last stage with FaZe. Like, they have some openings where they'll just get blooded, and you're like, man, they just look sloppy. And then once it comes to the A bomb site, I just feel like that's where they want this map to happen. Because you have Simp and a BZ on your team. But yeah, another 3v4 and Simp with that double.
They could start wherever, just get us there. Whereas so many teams feel like working B so much more. Like, let's get the fight to A as often as we can. But this is Simp. His 2. a difference there, and I thought maybe damage into a third, but that's not the case. Teammates able to ice up now to 1-1. Super, Simp leading the way on opposite sides of this. They want the fight today. Once again, we're gonna square up. But the bodies are here for Heretics. They want this fight. Peak of the edge is gonna be a BZ. Not gonna be any kind of follow-up, and now what do? I thought maybe they're just gonna slide out and battle this, but it's just a BZ.
Someone's gotta go first. Someone's gotta go first. But yeah, BZ, he hits the nade, so he's like, they're weak. Somebody follow me up, but doesn't happen. Now you are gonna have another zip line fight. Cell's gonna spot 2. Bomb already being planted at B.
Other side of the map though, it's Metals taking her out. He's gonna catch Cell.
Massive.
And losing one body in this so crucial when you're trying to hold B.
What does Sim find?
Oh, he was the hero of the last round, nearly the hero of the first round. Simp taking the route, all gonna be on him, and that's a snap from Metals. And a round victory there from Heretics.
Yeah, I was hoping we were gonna see that POV as Simp, but yeah, he was the playmaker for him, right? Draws is just trying to waste time at the helicopter. He ends up getting picked pretty early. And Simp, I think he just probably stopped shooting, right? One of those.
Snap into the next player.
Snap into the next player.
Probably.
Not gonna make excuses for him, but yeah, he did get smoked. Great shots for Metals.
No, I imagine that's what it was, but still, yeah, great snapper there. Out of Metals. And still it comes out to, I don't know, the communication with the BZ, like what the plan is there.
Yeah, just he hits his nade just a step ahead of his team.
But nobody else was following, that's for sure. And to be fair, I mean, you had the crossfire, you had the bodies there for Heretics, so it might have been just a blender had you pushed it. Metals loves this matchup. Sempto with the first blood. Finally, I mean, really the first time you've had numbers. It's your phase. Plant now gonna go in. We'll see if Heretics could take a 3v4 round.
Yeah, last round it was Simp kind of the lurker. This round it's gonna be Rencor, that number 3 under the zip line. As well, it's gonna be a big spiral retake. Just Raz is gonna check this. Nope, and I love this. Rencor staying patient. Can he find multiple? Not gonna find multiple, but that is a ton of info. Quickly traded out by Cell, you would think, but no, it is not. You chow that now into a 2-on-2.
And they both get slammed. Heretics continues to roar, now up 3-1.
And I mean, you're just thinking Cell's gonna get it from the trade. I didn't realize he was up top. I thought he was at spiral. But yeah, he flies on out and super peaks to take down Cell.
Yeah, he waits a good 5 seconds before he shoots. For a second, I was like, well, you let him get that nade off. I hope he doesn't hit that nade and maybe cause a disruption, but that won't be the case. Good patience and trigger discipline there out of Rencor.
So it's what, 2 3v4s now in a row.
And what the phase round went a 3v4 as well. So 3v4 is all over the place. Abizi gets the blood. Won't really call this one 3v4 because Rancor gets one at the same time. So into a 3 versus 3. Abizi already holding spiral. It'll back a player up. Bomb plant is in. Bar is in, and that is on your tippy toes. Abizi's gonna hold that as it gets tossed down the spiral. Numbers to Heretics on the retake. Simps multi-kill, a difference in their round win. Can he find another here? He's probably gonna need to. There's the first. Can't get away though. All on to draws now. Metals is on it. Teammate is holding. Halfway there. Draws has got to go. Gets info. He's on it. Wins the first. Wins the second. Didn't finish though.
It's late. It's already done. It's already done. Bomb defused. Miami wins the round.
Instantly picked up by Metals. And Draws nearly with a 1v2 clutch after coming up a little short on one earlier. What in the round 1? Heretics up 4-1.
And the guy you have relied on all year to be consistent, that number 8 Cell, he is 0-5 trying to get on the board. Not a great map one either.
Yeah, and Crota is somewhere you expect him to find his kills, yeah? As much as FaZe wanted to funnel this in towards A, it's not going to be what's happening here. It's a B-side setup for Heretics. It's a clean plant in for them. Another difficult retake position for Atlanta FaZe. BZ waiting on the nade to hit, and it does. Perfect teamwork there to find the opener, but you've thrown away a couple of 4 versus 3. Maybe not going to happen here, though, as they start to push it out. Simp with his multi. That seems to be the only way you're finding round wins is when Simp is finding that double. You bring it now within a couple of rounds, trying to slow down this run from Heretics.
Yeah, and probably some rounds you feel like you should have won, right? With the numbers advantages that you've had, some big plays. Draza almost clutching that up, but staying alive. And well, that reminds me of last event at the major, right? Versus Surge a couple of times. Their retakes at B were so darn good.
We're gonna see it one more time how close the defuse was in the previous round. Draws slides out, has to take that gunfight first. And my God, it is close. It is close. Maybe a bullet or two after the defuse goes through. – 4-2 advantage now for Heretics. Heavy A-side push for FaZe again. This time Heretics not with all the bodies here. There was like a 4-stack last time they attempted this. This time seems FaZe are able to get in, get trophies down, maybe get a clean plan in, but pausing it for a second.
And you already have 2 players through. They both went through platform. That's be Metals and Real. Well, it's another car. It's another car. I think that weakens up Cell. Well, it looks like he dealt with it. So he was ready for it. Bomb planted. Where do Miami go?
Looks like it's gonna be a big hit through front door. They try to triple chow Cell. Draw's able to get one. Cell's able to finesse. Asks for the help from Easy, but a great slide from Real. He's gonna get a second off of that as well. Simp Cell now have to clutch in the 2 versus 3. Cell not winning it all on Simp, not gonna get it done. 3v4 again for Heretics.
And this is where I feel like these rounds is where Cell has been so good on the year. Just finessing, winning close range fights, but the 2 from Real, spiral side, get them back in the round.
Got a second, maybe Dross is engaged with somebody else.
Yeah, he's probably looking the other way.
Because the first fight, I mean, he's got a great slide. I figured the first player was on a BC or whoever was got a great slide on him, but let's see this again.
I think it's behind a nade, right? Abizi's weak. Or no, he's not even weak. He wins it. Yeah, Draws is looking spiral.
Yeah. Beautiful there from Real, though. Just say he was in another fight. I figured he had to be. Regardless, incredible stuff from Real. Now a round away. Our Heretics from a 2-0 edge. Just, you gotta love it, dude. Young players. That series you had earlier today, just brush it off and get to business. Real should be cogged, let's say. Hey, they've got a presence here, but as Metal gets one, can Metal get out with his life? The answer to that is no. So 3 versus 2 for FaZe, but sometimes the numbers advantage has not mattered for FaZe.
No, and again, like they're defending B well. They're forcing them inside of A. That's if we see another offense, what Miami's gonna have to do. That's what FaZe's game plan is. But the A executions have not been going the way that we normally see from FaZe.
Oh, they certainly haven't. Wait a second. Okay. Wait a second. I thought that got real wild. We were hopping POVs and it was a circus.
Yeah, the team kill, right? They slides right in front of him. Luckily, Cell was nearby, just able to catch Rencor before he gets in a spiral.
Oh, yeah. Just able to. Yeah. That was real close from him maybe being out. We have another crazy 1 versus 1. This time for the other rookie of Heretics to clutch. FaZe slowly try to bring this one back. And yeah, I mean, you're thinking of your FaZe like we could have won this already. I mean, we've had an advantage in 4 rounds we've lost.
And they'll probably just go right back to A because they're getting the bomb down. They're getting into their setups.
They're even getting a blood in some of these scenarios and still losing the round.
Now they're going to try to maybe switch up the pace. Someone's getting very aggressive. That's going to be Real. And Real's going to find the opening. Now he is finessing through the doors, through the zip lines, shooting at Ghost, but they are here. They're trying to hunt, just does not find the second player. But look how forward you are if you are Heretics. You know bomb is down.
Okay, well.
And it doesn't matter if you know.
Yeah, no, BC has no business getting 2 there. You're still in trouble in this map, but that was filth. Metals 1 versus 3. Retake towards B. Nice tags into Draws. He knows he's got to go now. It's his only really chance at opening. You back down Draws, and maybe you can slip through and make a play.
Might be an ace for Abizi. Might get all 4 in that round. Maybe that is the spark for FaZe. We have seen some big comebacks from them on this map. Chance to do it again.
We'll see this again.
Yeah, so he gets Real. He was the trade, and then snap on a Rencor, and
Super missed his first 8 bullets.
Right into that trash can.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe you can get away with that if you're a FaZe player, but shooting bodies when you're down 5-3 is demonic stuff. 5-4 now. Ace from Avizi keeping you in it. Damage into Real, backing him up.
Yeah, he's hoping that trophy covers him. Just a little short.
They're going fast, and Avizi right back to it. 5 straight for him.
But I think that push stalls all because of that nade. That sets up Avizi for that play.
They get in, they get out. Back it up towards A. For Heretics, though, it has been these 3v4s that they managed to pull off that got into the big advantage. Real is terrified, trying to run through walls. Can't quite back up. Health tries to come in. Avizi, he's on a tear.
He's going for back-to-back aces.
Simple get the last one, but it's 7 straight for Avizi, and now we're going to a round 11.
They do not go away.
Avizi takeover map. Holy.
Well, the Tiny Terrors, they have been human throughout this stage, especially in the respawn, but coming alive in map 2.
Got Super, 1,400 damage on his side. Just passing that is Avizi. 7 straight for Avizi. 3 straight rounds for FaZe. Heretics, yeah, you gotta close this out. This one would be rough after that massive advantage. Here we go. Round 11 protocol. Heretics for the 2-0 edge. FaZe to square things up. Real, info on the cross.
It's a 3 outer strat, right through platform. The zipline is given up, so you see number 5 in Draza. He's worried someone's already through. That's gonna be Real. Near that A site will be Simp. He's gonna lock down A, but there is the info. But do they know Real is here? He has been lurking. Feels like they know it's an idea. As Abizi's on the hunt, and it's 8 in a row.
8 in a row for Abizi.
Oh boy.
Sell with another. It's a Miami collapse, or is it? Metals
Oh, we're challenged.
trying to bring it back. Yeah, Abizi's like, I'm unkillable. Unkillable. 8 straight on 13. Pressure, though, to draws.
He just gets the info. The bomb is being planted.
Super get to the back statue. Can't get away after the plant. Great stuff there from draws. Now wait for your teammates to come in and pinch this out. Super's position, give it up. All the utility now coming in. Simple get it. And FaZe bring it back down 2-5. And if they win this series, you're praying to Lord Abizi, because that was disgusting stretch out of him.
And you and I, we talked about it. This has been their split. Just some ugly hardpoint map 1.
Yeah.
And then somehow surviving in map 2. They have relied all year on their search and destroy, and they do it again.
About the size of a mosquito and as annoying as them too. Like, these guys just won't go away, bro. Like, I thought for sure that is a Heretics 2-0 advantage. But, you know, we kept mentioning, like, FaZe, like, should have been up at that search.
Yeah,
They had so many 4v3s that they threw away. But the fact you're able to clutch up there, and that's just part of the ice that comes with being in Atlanta FaZe. Having these players, all the championship Sundays you have made it to. They're not out of this series yet because they still don't look great. But, man, that was a comeback. Abizi does, though. Lord Abizi. A reminder, he is the S&D god, because that was, dude, something.
Well, yeah, I mean, his duo is right behind him with double digits. Just so many multi-kills early for
Super's
Sam.
just like, bro, it's not for a trash can. We win this map rounds ago.
Yeah, we might have done it. I mean, yeah, they played well. And then in that round 11, tried to set up Real, right? He was always been the lurker since they added him last year. It's just like, they read that play.
No, he got spotted. Like, when he saw them, bottom computers, like, they saw him, and you saw Abizi just kind of playing for that. It's just a timing thing. It is. I thought Dravy Draws, it was either going to get caught or was going to be he found a timing through. Abizi just won the gunfight. He had the close range sub and able to win it. Unbelievable. Desk, chat through that one. Holy hell.
8 first blood seems to be the difference here, but it was Miami taking advantage of, I guess, being down a man, but just playing together early. Break down the search and destroy for me, Study. How has Atlanta now done this twice? This is the second round 11 steal.
These guys are just unreal in this mode specifically. Like, they have been lackluster in hardpoint. Their control is 50-50, but S&D they can always rely on. And I feel like when you are playing against Atlanta in this mode, you need to be able to put them away. You were up 5-2. We start taking way too many risks. We're taking space, giving up our life for free, and then that's when you're allowing Abizi to just dictate the game. Like, he's unreal when he's getting into that flow state.
When you're up against a team like Atlanta FaZe, you got to put them out.
Drop these lowers on me, Unc.
This is how I'm looking at Real right now. Listen, runs up on their defensive round, gets a great position, finds a blood. And then he is so hungry for the two-piece that he's just running around up top, takes the zip. Got to get out with your life there. And you saw the rest of the players on their team trying to get pushed up and play around him off of that energy. And then Abizi's like, wait, I can do it too, and just guns you to bring them back into the game. Like, that is a Miami win. You have done so much work throughout that one. And, you know, you hate to see them throw it away because this Atlanta FaZe team, you give them an inch, they're taking a mile.
You should have been up 2-0 without a doubt. That's what's going through everybody's head. But if you're FaZe, you're all smiles. Take a look at the early rounds, though, Al, because things were looking up for Miami, and the crowd is loving their performance.
Yeah, and things were looking grim for Atlanta FaZe, and it was because Miami Heretics were just exuding confidence over on this A site, you know? And unfortunately, I think after Abizi got that 2 down low, it almost like scared the Miami Heretics. They started slowing down, trying to give new looks, and it's kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think for Miami Heretics, unfortunately, they were just trying too hard to give different looks. Again, Abizi gets 2, and just suddenly it's like all of the fire for Miami Heretics starts getting a little snuffed out. They start playing a little wonky and slowing things down. I wish they would have just dropped zipped and bang out A again.
I'm telling you, that's not even Super Renkor's fault. Like, they're going to get roasted because they got smoked in those gunfights down there, but it is literally them running to try to help Real, who was up top, and get his trade. Super unfortunate. Abizi's just a special player, man. Has these moments throughout the years.
And that's the thing, like, if you allow Abizi to have a moment like that, where he just absolutely destroys Super, oh, you best believe he's going to take that into the next couple of rounds. He opens up with 3 in the following, getting aggressive over towards tower side, just dictates the game. And then at that point, when you're in round 11, you're shaking a little bit because everything that you threw at them, everything that you had different strategies for when you started the game, it just wasn't working because SMGs, the Tiny Terrors, started to come alive.
They have so many round 11 wins, I feel like. It's ridiculous.
That guy who was just on camera, if you need help,
their 4th one in
he's
their
from
last
the
6.
Coast Guard. He knows a thing or two. Shout out to my guy. Round 11 victory again for FaZe, makes it a 1-1 game, and we go back to this hard point, though. Heretics silenced the Atlanta FaZe fans instantly. Walk me through the performance. Is it the ARs? Is it medals? Is it more than just medals? What did we see here on Vault?
It was the SMGs. I think the SMGs had a really good map in this map, number 1. I mean, the ARs did too. I mean, across the board. I mean, this was kind of a bang out for Miami, but they're just a really fundamentally good Vault team. They prioritize P4 incredibly well compared to other teams, and I think that's how they run away with this versus Atlanta.
I agree, Ali. It was the P4. And you saw, like, Miami just got in, like, that situation where you just squad wipe them when there's, like, 15 seconds left on P3, and you're just in the perfect setup where they're just blending Atlanta. And you saw just Atlanta not prioritizing the spawns, and when they did, they were just getting gunned down. Real had a sensational performance on that map, number 1, as well as Super. Like, exactly what you want to see if you're a Miami fan. But that being said, as thunderous as that is, we're in a 1-1 situation now.
Miami just got to keep hot in the respawns, man. Like, you came out, everyone was firing on all cylinders, SMGs even pulling out AR at times. You were dominating rotations, and now this is the most important map for me, without question, in the series. Because when you talk about Atlanta FaZe, protocol control, don't want to play there. They auto-veto Vault every single time. So the 50-50 one for them is Hacienda. They sometimes look good, sometimes look bad.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes
last time
maybe.
they matched up, it's the only one they won versus Atlanta.
Yeah, facts.
Real quick, true or false, we see our first game 5 of the night in this series.
I don't want to jinx it.
I fear they gave Atlanta too much momentum from that.
No.
We won ATL.
No.
So false.
Don't want to jinx it. Merc and Maven.
Please.
I don't know. Yeah, please. I'll afraid whoever to get about 5. But no, I think Hacienda is interesting for the next 2 because I think if you think about their major run, last time to win for FaZe, the last major, Hacienda, Hardpoint, and Control are probably their most important maps. Like, I think Hacienda in general is probably the most important map to this FaZe team right now because they need it in Search after Vault and Skyline were left. They need it in Hardpoint. They need it in Control because Proto gets banned. Like, Hasi, I'm kind of talking out of my ass, but Hasi is like the most important map to them. I really feel that way.
Yeah,
I do.
When you look at the vetoes, right, because they don't play a lot of Skyline 100%. But, I mean, again, last time these 2 teams met up, you played Hasi Control, and it was a big surprise because Miami beat them 3-1.
Yeah,
it looked really darn good, and that's the big thing for Miami. They didn't have a second Control map. With Super now, you have this as an option.
And I think, listen, the meta has shifted a little bit. Like, we were definitely a little heavier in the sub department on a lot of maps. It's been a little bit more AR dominant. I mean, our experience over the past 6 years, typically when FaZe are at their best, is when it's a little more sub heavy. And maybe that's partly why they're struggling a bit this stage. But you made an interesting comment. You said you feel right now this feels like Vanguard FaZe. Like they don't look very good. Like this is current form. I'm not talking about the year. They won 2 obviously, but current form, they don't look great. but you wouldn't be surprised they still make a run to a final.
They're just doing enough.
Doing enough, yeah. Heretics, though, the other side of this, like, you've just got to bounce back. You threw one away. You let one slip, however you want to phrase it. They want to answer back, and they're going to need this home crowd behind them, but it's Sip, actually. Behind them, inside them, through them. 2-0 start for Sip.
Well, he's going to get on this B point, but really the player I'm looking at for FaZe is Cell. He turned it around, has not had a great series. You do not say that often, but was that the spark you needed in that map too? Good 3-0 start from him.
And also, just back to that map, like, listen, we got to gas it easy. McKeon's on 8 straight, but they got there because of Sim.
Yep.
Like, a couple of round ones were his multi-kills. He didn't have like the prettiest stat line, like a BC maybe, but the Tiny Terrors have been doing it together for a long time, and they continue to. Good test, though, around the point. Sim not taking that gunfight. Good gunny there from Metals. Now Draza from the top rope will get one. The big one-on-one. It's a BC that'll keep a presence here, and this is big one-on-one because what? He can pause the clock. Has a foothold here, but spawning out all the way over towards Rock and P2 will be FaZe trying to battle back.
And this is where I felt, because on the year they're 8-3, but in this stage they're 1-2 on this map. And I think what they did early on Hasi, better than anyone, is their ability to stay alive on that B point and buy enough time for their attack to work. But throughout this stage, I think that's where they've struggled. It feels like that one player just hasn't finessed their life enough. They're not winning enough gunfights near that platform.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, dude, defense's push in general is so tough. It's so tough. They're pausing it again here, though. It'll be the Tiny Terrors. And into the fray they go. Can Sip walk away the multi? He can. So they'll take that and then give him another one. You've got to be kidding me. Nice pick out of the window. Second tick done.
And that's just a great example of it. I mean, you had 2 dead. Miami, everybody pushes on up, but they somehow get through. They're starting to work the B point. It might come down to the last player again. And well, it is Sip. He has been here for a long time. He just had no help whatsoever.
It's like, boys, can we get one?
One, yeah, please.
Can we get one? Under 30 to go, and they've cleared all that work onto the third tick. Probably the last push in, even in lives, starting to build it from Boathouse. Working, got through the secret side of it. Will be a BZ. He's going to drop. It's going to be on Simp again to make the play. He's got Cell here to help him out. And Cell is helping. Halfway to that last tick. A BZ gets one well side off a spawn. Simp trying to finesse his life. Are you going to send more bodies out? They're going to send more, 2 more at this. Real with a big win. The other 2 seemingly lining up, and that will be the minute extension. Minute 15 now to go. Last body up towards the point will be a BZ. He's just going to wait for the troops to get here, but can't wait long.
Yes, you think he's going to wait, but he gets on the point. Metals is able to find him, so now 8 versus 8. But you have the minute, and that's all. Do the objective work over towards B, just stalling the clock. Big props to Simp. And Cell to get done with that point, but they have 3 ticks in a position to win an offense.
Rancor, he's been cut down. Reinforcement from the well side. Some big gunfight wins. Lives-wise, we're 6 versus 6, 45 to go. So more than likely, we're going down to lives. Every gunfight so big. Super wins 1. Sip wins 1. Back and forth we go. They're all swinging on Real. Best of luck with this. Can he get a kill?
He's got help.
Can he get a kill, or can he get help? Help is there. Help is getting clothesline. Okay. They're all getting ripped. All onto Super in the back. 2 versus 4. He's going to fall now to Real. 1v4. You'd love to leave him up and get another tick if you can, but you got to kill him at that point. So what, 4 ticks?
And that's just the man advantage that you get if you are FaZe, because Super, he chows top open by his lonesome. There's nobody following him up for the trade, but I mean, you're kind of set up for that push, right? You have 2 players in a position, but they just fly through Rock, their ability to stay alive. See it again from Sim's POV to get done with B.
Well, that I think was the first time. They didn't finish it then. That's when they got really close. And then, but that play is why they had a chance in the round, like 100%. But it was him and Cell a little bit later, I think, that actually closed out the point. But at least I think so. That's the one that got real close, right? And they retook. Still, a brilliant play out of him. 9 kills on the attacking side. Now we'll see what they can do defensively. But Heretics maybe still on their backs after that search and destroy. Trying to shift the momentum, trying to shift the venue, the fans back into their side. Metals looking to eat. He's been great in this particular matchup, but he's going to be put into the blender and spun around like a ballerina as the Tiny Terrors get right back to work.
Yeah, this is the worry from that map too, if those 2 got going.
Well, I mean, that should be, I think right now with where this Heretics team is, it feels like the form of Super and Rancor, like you can go toe-to-toe with Droz and Cell. The advantage for FaZe should be in the SMG, 100%. That was not the case in the map 1. Obviously in the map 2 it was, and maybe we'll see if that's how it plays out here, but that should be where you're eating.
That feels that way. Just, yeah. Yeah, Sip with another. He's 14 and 7. Abizi right behind him at 9 and 6. You're all off a spawn. Metals with a heads-up play, maybe to just lurk, but with those fences, allows a timing for Abizi to do that. He's ready for number 3. The damage is there.
Oh, guess what? You killed Abizi? Well, I'm here too.
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, 7 life advantage early on for FaZe. Body, though, onto the point for Heretics. Remember, a similar position for FaZe. Maybe not down as many lives, but they had a lot of work to do with very little time to do it. Heretics need to do something similar, but Sip is just in kind of flow state right now. Just frying them. Same can be said for Abizi. Just taking over this one. There has not been an opening anywhere. It has been the search and destroy. It has been the control of this stage for FaZe that is, well, the reason they got to a winner's bracket start at least. And they're doing it again here. That's been the recipe for victories. Lose map 1, win 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, if we have another like screenshot, I mean, if you go back and look, it's like 6-5, then a 3-0, then like a 10-point hardpoint win in map 4.
Yes, no, their map 4 win is literally always within like 10
20 points.
If you talk about at least this stage.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're getting to a map 4, but looking like the pressure is going to be to Heretics to extend this and win another hardpoint. But hold up. Not there yet. And that's going to be the hardpoint pick for FaZe. You think about their run throughout Major 2 to their win. Hardpoint on Hacienda was a massive part of why they won that tournament. Heretics, though, they're thinking about the reverse sweep here within the control. They need a good break off. So far, so good. Then maybe not so good. Well, okay, we go 2 for 2.
Yeah, but the opening towards B is there.
Dude, yeah.
At least put somebody on it. You don't even see that player if you are Simp.
It looks insane.
But a nice rotation there from Super and Real.
Ooh, nearly hits the nice slide and cuts down Droz as they try to work out from Secret. Simp's kind of his own little war on the other side of the map. He's just been like a 1v2 over here, rock side. And okay, I thought for a second maybe coming away with that, but trying to divert forces over there. They haven't been able to do really what they did through the round 1, like kind of constant pressure onto B, lots of pause in the clock. They haven't been able to do that. It's been a better defense from Miami Heretics.
Then you had your chance early, right? There was a 2 for 2 off the break, and you saw they wanted to get towards that B point. They just got cut down, especially that kill from Super onto Simp.
Sheesh. Nice win from Abizi. Next opportunity on the point, of course, is Abizi with 1, Simp with 1, cutting them down and finding openings, and they want to cut over towards B. That's going to be the play call. Draw's able to get another. You've got numbers here. You've got massive numbers here. Holding the outer push is going to be Cell. That is a clean volley of kills. And this should be the extension. I don't know if you risk this if you're Heretics. You just got to set up. Or do they? It looks like they're going to send one more wave with this. My worry is if you lose this fight, you might just lose the map.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. One player does hit outer. I think Super does enough. So you can see everybody now going to fight Rockside off of spawn.
Okay, enough that you can't just cleanly get that.
Exactly.
Yeah. That almost did exactly what I was worried it was, though. A little bit of a risk there when you take one more hit. Minute to go, though. 2 life advantage for FaZe now. Should be a calm. I'm saying should be a calm over to Seth. There's one coming his way. The streak continues now for Abizi. He's out to 5 in a row.
It's 3 dead. Real last man. See what he can find. He's going to play for the spawners, but he's going to get cut down. Another chance for FaZe to win.
6 straight. Got going in the search and destroy. Did not slow down in the control. He'll take any gunfight, whether he's stunned or not. Well, but reposition for this one. And then he'll come right back and shove the barrel of his gun down your throat. 5 lives remaining for Heretics. Massive advantage for FaZe. Bodies stacking it, no respawns left. The lives won't matter. The map is won. FaZe back-to-back maps, and this is how they've done it. 2, 3, and 4 have been the maps leading to their victories throughout the qualifier, and are looking to do it again here Heretics now are going to rely on what? Winning a Hasi Hardpoint and getting it to a dealership. They get to a map 5. You feel pretty good about their chances.
Yeah, you thought this was a big sort of mental test after the loss to Thieves. You come out hot, and here's just another one. Did you blow that 5-2 lead? That's all you're going to be thinking about if you lose this series.
100%. 100%. Like, they had it won. They had multiple opportunities, and yeah, they got to that 5-2 lead through some insane plays, some insane clutches, and some misplays from FaZe. But the fact is, you had a 5-2 advantage. Yes, it's the curse, but like, I just can't get it done. Now, Hacienda Hardpoint. Listen, we've been talking about it for 6 years. This is where FaZe, at some point in the year, more often than not, Hardpoint is their struggle. 50-50 is what they're praying for within a series. If they're going to get a win, they got blown out in the map 1. They're going to have to look better in this next one. But for the control stats, yeah, BZ and Sim just, I mean, they were taking them.
I think round 1 sort of sets the pace. Sit there. He's got 7 objective kills. 5 of those were on that round 1, just staying alive. B side, getting that objective work done, and then they just kind of played their game, right? And you just saw it. You saw Stella pulling out a sub, Draza pulling out a sub. What we saw from Major 1, them really setting that meta, playing their game. When you control the hallways, you have to come into that, where they're just ready for you. This is how they want to play this map.
And yeah, I mean, for the map 4, you go back, what were the wins? They got the win over Carolina for FaZe. You had the win over Carolina, they had the win over Optic, and what was the other one? Third win. Like, it was literally so similar in how they did it. Like, I would bet money this is going to be like a 250, 240 type hardpoint. And chances are I'll be wrong, but that'd be where I bet based on just how it's been lately.
Yeah, the only reason you might be wrong is just because the way that these guys are shooting right now.
Yeah, seems like not quite what we were seeing in that map 1. They were getting absolutely Kentucky fried. Not been the case.
It's like, as bad as it is to blow the 5-2 lead, it's also just how it happens. Like, you gotta be, I don't know, it just feels like lighter fluid on a fire.
How it happened, and then, yeah, maybe you started the fire and then turned into a full-fledged bonfire now with the map 3. Is you just getting beat 3-0. We don't see a ton of 3-0s in control. Like, it happens, and yeah, this FaZe bunch has had some. We've had a couple this weekend, but it's difficult with the nature of our maps currently. It's not like there's one that's super offensive favored. Like, we get a lot that go to a round 4, round 5, more often than not. There, though, just steamrolling through them.
Yeah, I think the one map maybe you've seen more offensive map or round wins is probably Proto.
Probably Proto
this event.
Since the change.
Yeah.
Just this event, yeah. No, absolutely. But they do it there on Hacienda. This is just, yeah, you've got to regroup, and that's where it's so tough. It's just, it's a young team, and it makes me think of like, well, before I talk about that, you look at the map 1, what these guys were able to do. It's just like, are the guns hot like that now? Can you play like that now that FaZe is starting to hit another gear? But like, it reminds me almost like we got young players like this. Like Ray kind of talked about when they brought him on and he got interviewed, like getting to a Sunday with that first step for that kind of Surge crew. Getting to a final, first time. Like, after they lost that winners bracket final, we were like, uh-oh, like that's gonna be tough to bounce back from. Like, there are moments when you are a young player, it is, I'm sure you were there early in your career, like you lose one, it's like, I don't care like how mentally tough you feel at that age, they're young, bro. Like, you haven't seen things, it's gotta be so hard to just be like, what do you do? Just be like, all right, brush it off.
No, I mean, it's hard to do. It's not easy to do. And again, in the back of your mind, you're just thinking about map 2.
Well, what do you think was easier? Brushing off like that map 2, or like brushing off the Thieves loss. The Thieves loss, at least you got beat in 40 minutes. It's just, you just like laugh that off in a way. Like we got our asses kicked. What is there to talk about? Like we did not show up and play our game at all. We got destroyed. But the map 2 is, wow, what do you do?
Yeah, let's see if they can bounce back here on this Hacienda Hardpoint. Get this to that map 5. Yeah, dealership is there. They have been so strong on it. But can we get there?
Can we get there? We get there, this is gonna be a banger. All-timer. Okay, I'm just relying on how the map 2 went. That map 2 search was insane. Maybe more of that on dealership. But can we get there? Come on, Heretics, get us to a map 5. Get this home crowd, hometown, fired up for this big Hacienda. Few seconds to go, and we are loading in. Final match of Saturday before our championship Sunday. Away we go. Heretics battling for their tournament.
Oh, we're going to start with the young gun, just controlling top open. But I think you got to see, can you rely on the subs to do just that? Maybe just slow down the tiny tears, just not allow those multi-kills to come through as often as they have the last couple of maps.
Yeah, it's just they need a strong start, right? They need one. They need a strong start because you did not get to bounce back at all in that control. So far, so good. As they've got P1 control, P2 spawn control, not a single point in for FaZe. Got FaZe spawning out where you want them.
Yeah, you already have Metals watching well. There's going to be a player there. That was Sim, so he's cut down. That's your long route guy who is in that position. But you're 5 seconds away from P2 popping up, and you're like at the 50-yard line. You are going to find one kill. Rentor should spawn safe with P2 spawning. He does. So great start here for Miami.
It's just sometimes where FaZe have struggled, like the P1, P2 on this particular map. They bring it back on the P3 and 4. We've seen this a billion times. And I feel like it's the P2, they get their closeouts more often than not for the map, but this is where they're trying to improve, and this is where Heretics are trying to take advantage.
Oh, Real with a big pinch. He finds the opening. Well, he's going to tuck them apart, finds the IR.
Beautiful.
All three. Great stuff. And the spawns will flip due to what Simp is doing, but it doesn't really matter. 25 seconds left.
Sure.
You take this all day.
Sure, absolutely. Even if you lose control here, whatever. Even more power to you if you get the time and the rotation. Metal's gonna be the last body at it. Teammates off a spawn to rotate. This is all gravy. Beautifully done from Heretics. Need to come out swinging in this map 4. They're doing it. Okay, so now for FaZe, this is where you need to get your time. 3 and 4 is where you usually find more of your success. They were out-rotated, outgunned, out everything in the map 1. They gotta turn it on here.
Yeah, I think that's a key. I mean, they have played so much around rotations throughout this year, and they're just losing them.
Not the break team of the past. Not able to do it. Rancor and Heretics shut it down. Real out to a 9 and 4 start as well. And this Heretics team behind their powerhouse ARs, when they get early setups, they are just lethal. For FaZe, you see to flip the script. Yeah, you gotta flip it. You can't be constantly trying to break against the likes of Super and Rancor and allowing Real to get space and find routes, find openings. As he's doing right now, as Super holds the back line, 100 to 15.
Now look to the mini-map, the first player there, it's going to be Metals. And well, Rentor's going to pick up the pinch. Simp was trying to find the opening. Nice win there by Abizi and Cell. But still, Rentor has a presence here. And you're just, I mean, delaying this. You love this if you are Miami once again at the hill first. 100-point lead just like that.
They all line up. They're like on top of each other there. So it works out beneficially for FaZe. And this has probably been their best hardpoint, P4, on this particular map. That's usually where they're at their strongest. They've got to be right now. Because if this went the way of Heretics, I mean, this map is basically done. They're still winning it from the point. A couple of multi-kills come through for the FaZe side. Next break opportunity for Heretics, though, is here. They're trying to contest what they can. Don't allow any kind of rallying cry from the Atlanta FaZe boys.
Yeah, there was a chance on that first push because Real, he never died, so he was just sort of lurking. Trying to set that up. It comes down to a 1 versus 1. Cell was able to win it, so they did the rest of the time stay in the game.
All right, second rotation upcoming. Heretics, keep doing what you're doing. Brilliant first set of hard points. FaZe now want to kick it into another gear. They have been getting dominated. This second rotation has got to be better. We're going to a map 5. Down 70, FaZe is fighting. Let's go to the comms with Atlanta FaZe.
Watch out. Stand on, I'm close. Stand on. Okay. Could be Spire, I guess, but I have the rest. I'll see him. Open there, open up close. Open, watch out, Real. Nice. Watch out, Secret.
He ran away.
Okay, watch out, Super. I'm Dark absolute. Record's open, okay? Let's get this hold. Hey, kill this guy over in the water. I'm in the water. Let's get go front. Go front. I'm trying to box. Real, shit on. Watch out. I'm gonna take. Real is absolutely fine. Go back. Absolutely. Beyond the label. He went towards it. Maybe a last one? Weak. Whoa. He's in the back and middle. Nice. Two dead. There's one in front. Watch this thing. Nice. Eddie, and then I'm stunning for you guys. Front left middle. There's two there. Give me one after. Get two. Watch out. Omar, super, watch out. I'm Zig. I'm telling you my front. Zig naded, I have it though.
Yeah, Zig.
They're gonna hit this stuff.
Yeah, push to the front. That guy's two spawning in the back, I think. Maybe two spawning in the back.
Hey, rock point. He's weak and rock.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. We flipped.
I'm still playing. Go far to the back. He's on you, Zach. Try to kill him.
It's not Chris.
He was
I'm gonna play front.
Nice.
Back super on time. It's fine, you guys.
Hard,
deep back and then on time.
Turn up each other.
He's weak. I don't see this guy close. Let's go, guys. Let's go. I'm dark. I don't see this guy. I saw him. Close right.
One shot dead. Hurry.
Super dead. Still playing there.
Comms seem all right. Like, they have an idea what they want to do. They're just not getting it done. Like, when they need to execute, it's the plays. It's a gunfight win from Heretics. They're disrupting it.
Yeah, they're just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Honestly, it reminds me a lot of map number 1.
Really does.
There's some break opportunities, but then someone's finding a multi-kill. Rentor does a great job staying alive there. You were waiting on a BZ to go. And well, his teammates got there, but then they get re-broke by Heretics, still hanging on to this 100-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, they didn't get to this position through their hardpoint this qualifier. It has been the control. It has been the search. But wow, Heretics look far out in front. And the hard points within this series still up 100 points. Yeah, there's still a chance for FaZe to make this run. It starts here with the P4. You can get back within chopping distance if you get the hold. Next break, though, chance is here. And it might be alive and well. Metals, 1 versus 1. Cell gets underneath them. But Cell, how does he get 2 with the pistol? Still, the closer spawn comes in for Heretics. You're able to fight right back in. I thought Cell did enough to win that. Maybe enough to keep it scrappy. But the flood is there. Heretics play so fast, and Metals off spawn gets 2 again. Get to 3.
And these are the sort of plays that we're used to FaZe doing on this hill. Got a glimpse of it from Celium. He's playing well, but again, it's just like everybody else struggling. We're just not getting a team effort from FaZe and Hardpoint.
No, I mean, it's so much like the map 1. You just look at it statistically. Heretics. If this was 5 hard points, and they specified.
They'd win 5-0.
Yeah, they absolutely might with the way these two have looked. Into our 3rd set now. Super trying to battle to clear a BZ out of the objective. A BZ repositions though, catches them there at the pot. Only 23 points needed for Heretics. And I want to say this is one of those where it just feels like a matter of time. Like, one little break, Heretics get this done. But just how the map 2 went, even though it's a very different mode, I'm like, well, it's not counting one out yet. Who the hell knows? FaZe might pull off something insane.
That is, yeah, I mean, I guess it could happen. If it's going to happen on a map, it'd be a map like Hacienda. They're going to flip them.
Yeah.
They're going to flip them. This is a big 15. I think Miami want to chow this. That is going to be the call. You would love to have this time. And yeah, Metals, he's going to win that gunfight now. That's going to force Celium to reposition, deal with him. This should give Miami maybe a chance to break this early.
Let's see if they can do it. Maybe the first time you're set up early if you're FaZe. Like, not been the case at P2 at all. Draws has got trophy in for coverage. Gun up to fight. Comeback still happening. Down 80 and up. That is tough. Car's gonna explode. At least Draws gets a kill. Cell able to hold Zig as well. ID maybe stop shooting there. At least the Real getting 2. Simp somehow snaps to get another, but once it always feels like there's another player for Heretics, and just like the P4, it's just a closer spawn is enough. Now 10 needed for the win. Real back in battling inside the point at 28 and 18.
It's a game 5. It is a game 5
We're
on
going
the
that
cards.
way. Here we go, baby.
Miami, take us there.
Finally, thank you, Miami. The hard point, so good for Heretics. FaZe just getting torched. Thought that was their weakness coming in, and sure enough, that is the case. 2-2 with a dealership to come, and maybe just talk about who's the better dealer team coming into this. I mean, it's Heretics picked. They are the better one. It's weird today because I know they got 6-0 in the blink of an eye by Thieves, but this should be their map win. This could be their map win. They're the favorite. They got it here. They now have the momentum. What a bit of resilience here. out of Heretics.
No, 100%. Just mentally a battle after that map number 2. But a great response in this game 4, just right from the get-go. Real has so many multi-kills that were a big difference maker to give them that 100-point lead. Like, there were, I don't know, a couple of chances, like maybe that second P2, but they found enough. They kept it messy, didn't allow FaZe to really get anything.
Yeah, and no, I mean, hell, even if FaZe win this map 5, I don't know how this is a team that's going to run to winning this event.
No,
just
it's
based
crazy.
on how the Hardpoint looks.
It's crazy. A month ago, what, their Hardpoint was like 8-2 in the major or something? I don't know.
I told you that. I still didn't believe it was that good. You know I didn't, even when you
Well, this is worse.
Even when they were like a 70% win rate, I still didn't think it was great. But no, this is as flat as it is looked from them in Hardpoint. Work to do if they're going to somehow win this tournament. But it's not going to come through the Hardpoint if they're going to win this series. They've got to do it through the search and destroy and the control. They came back down 2-5 in the map 2. It was an incredible comeback, but maybe you're relying on some more miracles there. But you're going to get some more experienced team on dealership, a better team on dealership. But it's still FaZe. It's still search and destroy. They have a chance to win it.
No, 100%. I mean, you never really know with this FaZe team.
We've been praying for a goddamn map 5, and we finally got one. Major 3, final match of the night. We go the entire way. The hometown heroes in Miami. The team further building their legacy in Atlanta FaZe. The map 5 dealership up next. Do not go anywhere.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Arcade Wiz Tracer Pack is available now. Hit the map in retro glory with the Star Player Operator, pixel-inspired emblems, and more.
To give yourself a fighting chance here in the series. Real, ruthless aggression. Another on stairs, can't get it, it's Krent with 2. It's now down to Lucky. And will he be that in this 1v2 situation? Here they come, finds the first! Oh my God! Lucky! Dios mío, how has he done that?
Over him, you can see everything.
Are they planning for us?
No.
Back circle. Back circle weak. Yeah, back circle, obviously. Back circle, 3-2, loads bomb. I ran a move. So weak.
Stop that.
Oh my God.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Oh my God, my bad, bro.
Oh my God.
They make it to nearly every single event. That poor guy that hit the deck today outside the venue, is he here?
Saw that. That was tough.
Hey! What is that poor guy ate concrete for breakfast? Tough one.
Get on point. We should stack. We should
Behind us, mid me, you. I stack. Go low line.
I'm nading it. Triple stack.
I'll get right. I'll get right off one. You can just look low.
I have you. Look low line.
Nothing wrong. They're fighting.
One hit. Step. Force him.
Come on. Good. Let's go.
Let's go. Dead. Nice. Yeah, nice. I'm on shot. Tempus freezer when he killed me. Okay, I'm chilling in. Oh.
TK, go back. Nice dog!
I was side door and it killed me.
I was like right inside a side door.
The 2025 Miami Heretics team pack is available now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this spray. Vamos, 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 vamos! Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
Welcome back. A map 5 decides our final team making it into Championship Sunday. For one team in Miami, you're trying to do it in front of the home crowd. You did it once this year on your way to a top 3. For Atlanta FaZe, in the entire CDL era, you can count the number of times they haven't made it to a Championship Sunday on one hand. They have been the final boss throughout most of this era, and well, they try to get back, but we'll see. Heretics have the momentum off that map 4. They have the advantage on dealership. Here we go.
Here we go. Fist bumps are out. And yeah, on one side for FaZe, it's like we have been in this scenario so many times where our hardpoint hasn't looked good. We've survived through our search and destroy. Here is another test for them.
Just one more test in a long line of tests. I mean, based on how the CDL era has been, I mean, their work's done this year. They won 2 events, which many teams have not done, right? There's like one team a year, maybe has won multiple. They've got their multiple, but they're trying to, again, cement themselves as the greatest. And wow, an insane year this year might just do that, but still work to do, especially within this major. Heretics, though, trying to play spoiler dealership. Map 5. Loser is done. Winner into Big Championship Sunday and into a top 4.
Well, I'm kind of looking at this guy, right? Because it just feels like in Search and Destroy, they try to set him up. And maybe he's found his opening. They're trying to go for nades.
Oh, my God.
He's going to find one, doesn't find the second. Needs one more bullet.
Bro, he caught them both with their nades in their hand. Whoever was the second player with a nade just got out of that, bro. Holy hell, that was nearly the perfect timing for Real. But hey, he got the first blood. Got the info.
Their turn. I mean, this is a triple flank. 25 seconds. You have to go quickly if you're FaZe. This is going to take a lot of time.
They're fleet of foot.
There's the reposition.
Here they go. They just got all the info they're backing up, and now time, even bigger issue. But Zip's going to be right on it. Draws is trying to hold from above. Cell is able to get the pick. Time is dwindling. Trying to hold it from the window. Draws is challenged. Defuse is done. And that is a round win for FaZe.
Wow.
Maybe a dose their own medicine, similar to the round we saw where Draza couldn't clutch up and they snuck in a defuse. This time FaZe able to do it.
That is great trust. There was an opening right there. When Cell, he finds the first player window, but the second one gets across. So Draza has to pick it up. So I thought that maybe allowed a timing for that first player towards the front to get the player on the bomb, but does not happen by just enough time. Great retake there from FaZe.
Yeah, just they see them rotate out and Zips is instantly on it. Instantly on it. And a round advantage. Well, we'll get the bomb later. Yeah, we'll get it later. Let's get the blood first. Cell gets the blood. Draza gives out some haircuts. Can't quite finish the kill. Tracking back, getting bomb Zip. I swear he turns like 3 times thinking about scooping it. 4v3.
Well, you're down a man, so you're looking for something, trying to take it to him. Instead, FaZe are already here for you. So now you're left in a 1 versus 4 if you are Rancor. Not the start you wanted.
No, it is not. No, it is not. FaZe in control early. Real, first blood in the opening round. Cell get it this time. They'll back up and get bomb, and well, they'll just run right through them. The train they could not stop. And this is, you know, it's like FaZe showed, you know, down 5-2. Like, listen, they've seen it all. Like, all right, we'll bring it back round by round. Can Heretics do the same thing if they're put into a similar position? Much bigger test on these young players. But we'll talk about that if we get there. For now, 2-0, nothing crazy, nothing insurmountable. 3-man hit over towards B.
Yeah, and
Ranker playing deep.
I don't hate it. I do not hate it whatsoever if you're Miami because, I mean, you got the bomb plant. Got the bomb plant in. You had what you wanted. But FaZe are here. Real, he's going to try to catch two. He does this time. He's able to stay alive. A bit of an off angle from Real, then Super looking over him. And just like that, it is Celium left in a 1 versus 3. He is cut down.
To put a BC in that, like, awkward. He's like, forward, backwards, forward. Like, where am I going to go?
Where to go. Just did not expect Real there. That is what he does. We saw in round 1, he would have loved to have 2. Probably would have been the difference maker in that first round. Unfortunately, there was a trade, but this time
he
gets his too.
Yeah, let's see this from his POV. There's the first, and the second, oh, just sliding, catching draws. Oh, he's 2 HP. 2 HP, brilliant there from Real, nearly traded by draws. So adjustments, you think, for FaZe. Next time they're on defense, very easily could be a 2-1 advantage for Heretics. We'll see how they deal with Real on that B-side push.
Oh, look at this quick mid hit here from aBeZy. You don't see this often from the defense, just right through the middle of the map. Now, where do you want to go? It looks like they know Metals is caught there. Do they? I thought the way that aBeZy was looking, but a nice trade there from Sim.
Real, the timing, I believe, incredible. Oh my God. Where did he go? Where did he go? Super backing up. Super maybe caught. Sim knows he's weak. Sim trying to chase it down, and he'll chase it down. The trade comes in just a second late. Maybe would have saved his life. All on Real now. This would be for the ace.
Might catch him.
I just made that up. It's not be for the ace. This is for the 2 from the last round.
We would have believed you.
Yeah.
But they just don't want to get caught playing the bomb, so FaZe are playing so conservative.
$20 seconds to go. They've got to work this plan. Real has cleared everything through mid-map.
Yeah,
what's the timing going to be?
Luckily, this map is very small.
I don't know if they saw him. I don't know if they saw him. They didn't. Real slides out. Now down to a 1 versus 1. 8 seconds to go. Do you plant? Do you play the kill? aBeZy, the hero of map 2, in such a difficult situation. He plays the kill. Real is gone. 2-2.
And that's the problem. You're hoping to catch Real. You know the type of player he is. He likes his long routes, likes to try to find openings. So him and Cell just say, let's try to wait for him. But the issue is that, like,
yeah, when he slid and peeked, I'm pretty sure, like the player just looked left into the corner, like as they pushed out past the small room. I'm pretty sure it was like an insane timing where they didn't spot him.
And this is a map where if you're in the middle, you can get from one bomb site to the next.
Oh, yeah. He was
within
just
5 seconds.
Flying back and forth. He cleared both bombs 3 times. I'm exaggerating, but yeah. I mean,
no, he pretty much did.
2-2. Brushed off the early deficit. What does his nade find? Get some damage in, and a first blood. aBeZy gonna get clothesline.
Yeah, he's thinking Metals doesn't see him there, but going for that gunfight. Not able to win it in Metals with that first blood, and now they're thinking about the B-bomb site.
They're wrapping it out. Ahead on rotation will be Real, kind of clearing space. He's been their B-side hero on the offensive side of it. Squaring up with him might be draws early, but...
They go back to A. Watch that number 7. You see Simp. He is pushed forward.
Here we go.
They're going to check this.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what they were clearing when they didn't spot. Yeah, best of luck with that gunfight. Metals gets to the heady. Simp laid out. Real finding the opening. Cell, last one up in the vent and back out of it. Bomb now going to be getting planted. Be a 1v4. Cell has had some insane ones in his career.
Yeah, you just need Real not to scam. That's really what it is. He doesn't, he backs away. Metals is there. That's on Metals finding that first blood, and then what that first blood does after they find Sip as well, it just opens up a route for Real to play his game. Hit the flanks, find the openings, make the rounds easy.
So after the hot phase start up 2-0, 3 straight now for Miami. And in front in this one. Pressure on, elimination match. Heretics do not seem to be phased by the pressure of the stage. Now what can they do defensively as they'll try to get 2-round separation here. You've got 4 in a row for Real, 3 straight for Metals. Ways to go till we talk about any significant streaks in play, but aBeZy got blooded in the last round. Oh my God, 9 HP, he just gets out. He got hit by 1/4 of a bullet.
And watch, look at the minimap, Super and Real, they are quickly on this full flank. All of FaZe is here towards B. aBeZy's gonna pick that up. Where does this retake start from if you are Miami?
Stun in, maybe connecting with draws. Cell, gonna get another first blood, and well, he'll take a second one with him. They're frying him now. Metals, his 3 straight. gonna need to turn into 7 somehow, but it's 3 for Celium as he has a takeover round, 3-3.
Yeah, and I think Heretics, they're gonna have to stop Abizi from doing this through the middle of the map.
Well, they nearly did. They nearly did.
Yeah, they nearly did. But what this does is this gives him so much info, right? When he is through middle of the map, through the B window, he's basically telling the guys there's no B pressure here, right? So the A flank is wide open. They're able to get that bomb planted. It's just a sort of, you know, a bit of a guessing game, but they had 3 players on their side of the map. They knew that it was coming from the attacking side.
You're getting information that would just take a lot longer to get, right? Like it just instantly. And that's probably been the single most impressive thing about BZ in S&D over the years. Like he's just no fear with taking space and getting information. And well, this is a good example of it offensively towards mid. Real opening doors. Now trying to hit stun. He's going to connect onto a BZ. BZ's trying to dodge all the nades. Stun, only thing that's going to hit him, and he's back to full. Popping around POVs for a second with a wrap out happening towards A. Defensively, you're out back as well. Can you catch someone if you're ranked, or you want that one? Oh, lordy.
Yeah, you want it bad because you had an AR there.
Oh.
Trophy is down. Nobody's dead. I lied.
You did lie. Car on car equals muerto. Cell, 4 straight. Real, last up 1 versus 4. It's been a game of swings. It was 3 straight rounds for Heretics. Now looking to go back-to-back and take advantage. Is Atlanta FaZe unless Real pulls a rabbit out of the hat and does something insane. Don't know if that's happening.
It had to be a very big rabbit.
And a BZ-sized rabbit. Speaking of a BZ. Set up in the back and looking to close it out, just sort of toying with him while the help comes in. Help is here. Real dances as long as he can, but finally will drop. And now as we get FaZe back to offense, yeah, let's see how BZ plays this. Does he take that same mid-cut? Does he get caught? As he got hit down to 9 HP last time. Got a little awkward for him getting out the window.
A game of swings so far, though. 2 for FaZe, 3 in a row then for Miami. But here's that card kill. It catches them by surprise. Simp. Yeah, RC is not very effective unless it's on this map, and it's just due to, well, you have a parking lot over towards that bomb site.
Kill your teammates on other maps, it feels like. Here, at least, it's usually the opposition. 4-3 FaZe. Different a look this time around. It's a slower build-up towards A.
They're trying to set up a BZ. Watch number 6. And well, never mind.
Not
You're trying to set that up, but Metals is going to be, he's going to stay here. Metals is going to stay there on that flank because they don't have bomb down. So he stays to watch the flank. Abizi feels like he has to get involved. And well, that just starts with taking down Simp before he can plant.
Yeah, he's trying to plant one for safe from the vent. He's just going to get caught as they shoot open the door. Cell trying to maybe pre-fire Ghost. Nothing there. Heretics, beautiful defense out of them. Stop the plant. Patiently deal with the flank. Still very little separation. 4-4.
Yeah, that player watching the pitch, they're just not going to move until maybe they're down a man, maybe bomb is planted and they have to retake. So Metals, he's just hanging out. There's still a chance Abizi catches him, but it just makes his job so much harder.
Yeah, Simp's just like, well, thought I had the plan in. And I don't really get to do much in the round because I am now dead. Heretics. What's the pacing going to be out of them offensively this time? Some utility connects, slows down the push for a second. Ranker has a sub in hand, so you know what the tempo is planned to be. Subs all over the place for this Heretics bunch. They just try to fly on forward. After Ranker's first blood, things maybe fall apart, or do they? Metals is still in the fight, down to a 2 versus 2. Real dancing with death as he's hit to sub 50 HP.
Well, both FaZe players just going to jump through the middle of the map. Real knows that this is an option. A lot of time to work with. As Miami switch it up, and it's just pretty much a mid-hit. Draza was able to spot it, so I think that's why you kind of saw them take it towards Rencor.
Battle of the sub-duos. This matchup, probably the one you thought most lopsided for FaZe, but not been the case when you talk about the hard points. Metals and Real have been frying. They helped them get to a map 5, but now can they deal with the tiny tears and search and destroy? Simp on 8 and 4. Real, I think, close behind on 7 and 4. Bomb is planted. Well, time is a ticking.
Yeah, this is a tough part. When you guess wrong, you're playing the 50-50. You have to find where they go, and while you just reposition through the middle of the map, does Miami. Oh, they're gonna play this. They're gonna play this. Abizi, he has a intuition. Maybe that's the case.
Beautiful.
But he's by himself. Then it's a 1v2 for Simp.
Beautiful. The Miami sub-duo gets it done. As you said, it can be a guessing game. They guess wrong. And Real now gets updated for shutting down the Tiny Terrors in a round away from taking this. But they've been on match point and search and destroy before. The same can be said for the Proto, and that went the entire way. They let a 5-2 advantage slip away. Now, 5 versus 4. Can they win it here on defense, or do we go to another round 11? Pressure building, heat rising. Trophy gets eliminated, and Abizi's gonna get cut down. He's gone. Chest pumping, no. Droz is able to win it. Simp's gonna get dropped as well. It's all gonna be a Droz and Cell now to clutch up 2 versus 3.
Oh, I thought Real just threw there a little bit to even up the numbers. But his teammates have his back. 2-on-3, as you said. Cell is beaming, no, but there is a trade. Rentor looked it for the ace.
Droz. He had a 1v2 opportunity. He nearly clutched up in the map too. He's trying to do it here. It is for the map. It is for the tournament. And he'll have to do it through the chance. 45 to play. Bomb in hand. Bomb getting planted, and here we go. This guy does not let much phase him. Can he brush off the crowd, brush off the moment, and clutch up in this 1 versus 2?
And then it's just, where are they?
Timing is so bad, and Miami get it done. They move on to a second championship Sunday on the year. Their fight continues.
And well, what a roller coaster of a day for them.
Wow.
Smoked. And then you just saw, like, I mean, this series, feel like they should have won that map number 2, but the boys are fired up. We saw it at Major 1. They clutched up in a game 5. They get them into a top 4. They do it here again.
Woo. It is a passionate bunch. It is so fun to watch them make these runs. Such a young team, so much talent. Rancor is the man. And he ends it with the ace, right? He'll get the final one there on the Droz. All 4 in the round. Incredible out of him. I mean, sickening timing for Droz, as he had the read, but the slide back at just the worst moment. FaZe are out of this. And now you're thinking, I mean, a great win for Miami, but who is going to stop Thieves?
Yeah, I mean,
who is
we're going to have a new major winner, right?
True,
You know, FaZe, they win 1 and 2. And we just thought, like, this tournament was wide open.
It really
because,
did.
You know, Miami was looking like a top 4 team. They're here. Ultra, even with a sub, a top 4 team. They continue to improve. FaZe struggled online. Those struggles continue.